Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel, I guess. Today we have a very special guest. D, my girlfriend.
Hi everyone, I'm Syafi Halim friend D.
Why did you call me Syafi Halim? Yeah, this is my first time introducing a girl friend on my channel. So yeah, meet my girlfriend, everybody. Now let's start with the questions. From Akila Hali. What is something you both agree to disagree on? Okay, you go first.
I feel like in general, me and Syafi are really different personality-wise. I'm slightly more spontaneous and kind of free-flowing, and Syafi is slightly more macam scheduled. He likes to do things with a purpose, and I don't mind doing things without a purpose at all. We can talk about the story of this lamp, the yellow lamp. Okay. That's another story where I've been telling Syafi, it's like, oh, I've been meaning to buy a bedside table lamp. He's like, oh, but let's do it. And I was like, oh, today? He's like, yeah, let's just go. And I was like, okay. So we went to I think 3 different places just to kind of look at all the different lamps and then just gauge their price range and see how much I'm willing to spend on a lamp. And then by the last third shop I was just like, okay, I think I know what I want to buy, but it's okay, we'll just buy another time. I'm kind of over it. I can buy another day. And then Syafi was like, Syafi was just like, what was the point of us going to all these shops and not ending up buying a lamp? And I was like, it's okay, we can just buy another day, it's fine. We'll just chill now. And he's like, no, let's just go back to Grand. That's where I bought it, and just pick up this lamp. And I was like, fine, okay. But then Syafi kind of made me look at the lamp, buy the lamp all in one day, so that our whole jalan ended with a proper outcome where I got this lamp. And in the end it was good because I'm like, now I have the bedside table lamp which I've been wanting to buy for God knows how long. And to Syafi, that was a very crazy idea.
It's like a new concept. Yeah, huh? It's like a new concept to me. It just feels like wasting time.
Yeah, he just kept saying this is so weird. I've never done this before, where we just kind of walk around with zero purpose and zero motive in mind. I suppose in a way our differences kind of help each other out because he helps me push things so I can have an outcome, and I also kind of let him relax a bit and kind of chill out.
No, it's kind of I start to see the bright side of just chilling type of thing, when I realized for the past 3 years I haven't properly chilled. I've been just working. It's 50% of the questions. How did you guys meet?
One of my bestest friends is Safara, who is one of the leads for QnA. She told me she was filming a UBD project at Syafi's house, and then she asked me if I want to be an extra, and low-key I was like, oh, I've always wanted to see Safara act, and I kind of am interested in the behind the scenes of any kind of filming. So I was like, oh, cool, I don't mind being an extra, and I can sit back and also watch the actual filming of it. So I was like, cool, I'll join. So the filming was actually at Syafi's house, and that was when we kind of first properly met. I think a few times already we kind of just crossed paths but never really talked, and even at that filming we didn't really talk. I thought he was really funny and I just added him on IG.
Yeah, before what people assume things, I don't just go around and talk to extras that I find cute. Yeah, Safar was shooting another thing, and then D was picking her up, and then that was the day that I actually saw her actually dress up properly and stuff. And again, I wasn't directing, so I was finally looking at other people rather than just focusing on the job. So yeah, I don't know, and then I found her cute, and then I asked her out. Simple as. Yeah, okay, this leads to the next question. Who made the first move? So you already mentioned that you added me or followed on Instagram.
We had this conversation before about who made the first move, and my defense is I thought I made the first move because I added him on IG, but to Syafi that wasn't really making a move.
No. The one that we didn't agree is who shot their shot, because I said you made a move tapi you didn't shoot your shot, because when you shoot a shot, you following me, there's no way of me rejecting that, You made a move, but I shot my shot because me asking you out could have got rejected, which means I missed. Could have been a hit or miss.
Yes, that's true. So I made the move first because I added him on IG, and then he shot his shot because he asked me out on a date through DMs. I think for me, one of the attractive points of when Syafi asked me out was he straight up asked me out. That was on a date without any talking stage. He asked me out on a date, and then from that date we started getting to know each other, which is really nice because quite refreshing in my eyes, because I felt like so the talking stage at times can be really long and tedious and but it's nice that he was just kind of straight to the point of just asking me out.
Like I didn't do that because I was like, oh, I'm different than other guys or whatever. It's genuinely because I didn't have time to even have like those shallow conversations and have those small talks in Instagram apa. And you saw how bad I was texting on Instagram. I was replying you 3 hours late apa.
It was long. His replies were just like dragged out. I'm just like because for me I reply quite fast.
Yeah.
But then when we moved to WhatsApp, it was a lot faster. Maybe it's just IG. He's not as good as replying. Maybe he's not on his Instagram as much as I am.
I'm so busy. I'm sorry. But yeah, now I make time for you. Yeah, now I make time for you. I'm not gonna give advice to guys, but this is what I believe is the right thing to do. Is go in with the clear intentions. You know, if you want to get a girlfriend, go in as a boyfriend potential. You know. Don't try, I'm just a friend, I'm just a cool guy to talk to. And suddenly you're just like, I love you.
I feel like that's the same with advices for girls as well. I feel like you should also have the correct intention of like, I'm in it for the long haul and not just for like someone fun to talk to for a little while. You know what I mean? If you come in with like, I'm in it for like a long-term relationship, then like eventually someone will grab that hook and like who also wants to have a long-term relationship, then they'll come together. You know what I mean?
It's also much like your self-worth, Joe. Do you see your self-worth as a 2-week talking buddy, or do you see your self-worth as a 2-year relationship person, or if not longer, you know? And then again, the guy that you're talking to is also needs worth as well, you know? Don't make yourself a 2-year girlfriend to a guy who's like who's having commitment problems or whatever. Tapi I don't think it's a guy problem or a girl problem. I think it's a both problem thing, honestly. This kind of goes with the last question. What was your first impression of each other?
Okay, so the first time I saw him properly was at his Salato during his shooting with Safara for the UBD project, and I just thought he was really funny because he made me laugh so much. And I remember telling Safara that I found him really weird. But whenever I use the word weird, because people call me weird all the time, so for me weird is a huge compliment. So when I told Safara that I found him kind of weird, I already knew in my mind that was a very attractive quality, and that I was in a way quite attracted to him. That I found him really funny and weird. And I remember him being really attentive during that filming as well, because I remember because I was trying to be invisible pretty much because I know I shouldn't be in that filming. I was just some random extra. So I remember just like sitting by the wall or like trying to like not get in anybody's way. I remember Syafi would always randomly say, "Oh, are you okay?" Like, "Oh, you hope you're okay." And then when we moved to Syafi's room, so he like said, "Oh, Dee, you can sit on the bed now. You're at least a bit more comfortable." So even though he was like attending to everyone, so it was nice for him to kind of just mind me, even though I was trying to be invisible.
The first impression I had of you was like, of course, the things that drew me to you is like when I found you cute or whatever. Tapi the thing that really made me feel like, oh, I want to date this girl for real is during our first date, you were telling me about your job. So basically, if you guys didn't know, Dee works as a kindergarten teacher for special needs kids.
It's a kindergarten that mixes special needs and neurotypical kids.
Typical.
So it's just an inclusive environment. But
it's so, I don't know, it's so heartwarming to hear that. Funny enough, she was telling me about potty training someone and then cleaning poop from the floor for this kid and stuff. I like things that are so like pure, innocent, and then I like people who work. Like genuinely, I just like people who have a good work ethic. And yeah, you have a great work ethic. So yeah, when you told me that, I was like, damn, I really want to stay with this girl, and that's it. Yeah, that was one of the big things. Yeah. What's your couple song?
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
We'll sing in 3. 3?
Wait, how does it go?
Maybe you're humming it. I think I can hear what you're humming.
Oh, sorry. 3, 2, 1.
Bila yang tertulis. Yeah. It's kenangan terindah. I don't know why that song, tapi
I don't know, how did it come about? I think
it's kind of like one of the first songs that we kind of like karaoke in the car together. Since then, there's a lot more. Tapi I feel like
There's a lot of yeah. But somehow that one song has been like the butt of some jokes, and we kind of just keep dragging that song along for so long. Even till now, we just randomly like sing along to it.
How do you deal with conflicts between one another? By Safara. Safara. Hello, Safara. Good question.
Question, Safara. Like we mentioned, I think like
Safara, thank you for bringing us together too. Yeah.
yeah. Thanks, Safara. So like I said, me and Syafi are really different in terms of personality, and I think that relates to how we deal with conflict as well. Syafi is the type of person who likes to kind of deal with the conflict straight at that one time, and he's very verbal about it. I'm the complete opposite. I'm like super much like get a lot quieter, and then I start getting like really in my head, so I don't say anything. So I can understand why it can get really frustrating for Syafi, because he's just like talking, and I'm just like nothing, but like I'm literally just like I'm sorry, that's all I do. And then like, so I think we try to find a sort of, after a few of those type of, okay, the thing is, we also mentioned that since we've been together, we've only had maybe 2 major fights, and then the rest are just kind of mini arguments, and then we tend to have a discussion about it afterwards. But it took a while for us to kind of come to terms to how we deal with conflict, because I think because we're so different in how we deal with it, we have to kind of find a middle ground. So I learned to ask for space, or Syafi can offers and like, do you want to have alone time? And I would usually say yes. And then during my alone time, after a while, he would call me on like either voice call or text messages, and then we try to talk it out a little bit there, because I think it's easier for me to talk about my feelings when I don't see him.
Like non-confrontational, is there?
Non-confrontational. So yeah,
she has a master's. Yeah, she has a master's. Don't judge me, okay? Yeah, of course she's gonna be smarter than me.
Yeah, so I'm super non-confrontational to the point where in the beginning, Syafi literally had to fight himself, like argue with himself to find my point of view, because I would literally just start to be like, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, it's my fault, because I just don't want to deal with it. Like I don't want to deal with it at all. That made me realize like, okay, I really don't think Syafi should do that, because that would just make him work twice as hard and like just get in his head a lot more. So I have to also learn to kind of be more confrontational and talk about my feelings more.
Like, macam me as a person, like it doesn't feel nice to get angry at you in the first place. Getting angry at a girl who's just not even fighting at all, you kind of feel like, oh my god, I'm being an ass. So you know, a large part of me want to fight for her as well and defend her, you know. So that's the mental conflict that I have, which is I want to fight for myself and I want to protect her as well. But it just doesn't work out, because I'm working twice as hard. I'm doing both arguments at the same time, and while you're just sitting in the corner and just like crying or whatever. So but yeah, again, we barely fight. I feel like we communicate very well. And this is the thing, we could do a part 2 where people send in advices or like look for our advices, you know. I feel like we got 2 very interesting perspectives, in my opinion at least. Alright. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. That's D. Hopefully if you guys like this one, I'll make a second part 2 where you can send in your relationship problems and we'll try to solve them. I just thought about it.
Take everything with a grain of salt, yeah. Every relationship is different, so whatever works for us doesn't necessarily mean it'll work for you guys. Yeah. But yeah, it is fun to talk. So.
Did you have fun?
I did have fun. Oh, I had so much fun. I really enjoyed this. Please be nice in the comments.
Yeah, please be nice in the comments. Yeah. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye. Wave.
Bye.
Smile and wave. Yep. And we're fading out. Easy done.